Before we get started, if you want to go even deeper into the message today, I've posted a full video version on my YouTube channel, Women of Movement. Click the link in the show notes or search for Women of Movement on YouTube to join the community. I'll see you there. Are you speaking when God says to speak? If we are not opening our mouths when God tells us to, then what are we doing? That's the question. What are we doing? Are we effective or not? As you know, if you've been listening to my testimonial shorts, my inspirational shorts, especially the testimonial shorts, you will know that I did not open my mouth when I should have opened my mouth. Now, some things I've done right and some things I didn't quite get right. Sometimes I want to focus on the things I didn't quite get right because, guys, as we all know, those are the big lessons, the stumbles, the challenges, the falls, right? So I just simply focus on that sometimes. That's all. There was a recent incident where I was in a dispute over someone doing a particular task regarding my house. This person had his or hers rationale, understanding of how things should work, and I had mine. I had mine. So we had a dispute. I said to myself, I said, Sharon, you're not going to give in. You're going to fight. You're going to let this person know that what this person is doing is not right. You're going to speak up. And I did. I did. I really fought, of course, through messaging and things like that. All right. It was a pleasant exchange for the most part. He or she did something that was pretty unprofessional. And that's that. But I was proud of myself. I made the decision that I was going to pursue this. I made the decision that I wasn't going to roll over like a lost dog, a scared dog. And no offense to dogs, I love dogs. My four-legged baby's right over there. All right. So this is not any derogatory thing regarding dogs. All right. It's just that sometimes people mistreat our babies, our four-legged babies. So we make that reference, but you know what? It's not the best reference. But I wasn't going to roll over like a mat, like someone walking on a mat, because I've done that before. It was effective. It was. Now, I wish it would have ended better. However, though, I was really pleased with how I handled my part. That's growth. I spoke up because I didn't want to stay stuck and where I've been. Those days over. I got sick and tired of living like that. I want to share with you. I'm going to look down at my notes here on my phone, okay? I want to share with you some things that can help you get clarity and be able to step out and being a better communicator. We have to make sure that we speak up at different times. We don't always have to speak up. Silence is golden sometimes. This is why, or that is why, listening to the Holy Spirit, what God is telling us, will help guide us. But we have to make sure we're in tune with what He's telling us to do, okay? All right. Hebrews 10, verse 35 says, so do not throw away your confidence. It will be richly rewarded. Richly rewarded. That means that We listen to what God is telling us. And when we have peace in that thing, we can move on. We can say what we need to say in a respectful, honorable posture and keep it moving. Because if we don't learn to do that, we will stay in turmoil, inner turmoil, and nothing is worth that. So, what am I saying? I'm saying that we have to determine when it's best to speak up. And if we don't say anything, when it's best to do that, we're going to stay stuck and we're not going to have any resolution on things that should be done, done and over with. We're going to keep staying in a situation. But again, you have to know what, when, why, where, and how that all lines up. You have to know where that lines up for yourself. Only you know that. If you're like, well, Sharon, I still don't know. I still don't know. This is when wise counsel, which remember I was telling you I was lacking in my past. This is when wise counsel is important. For a long time, I didn't have that in my life. So I just trudged along, trying to figure out everything on my own. Guys, that's rough. That doesn't lead to growth or slow growth. I'm about to hire one now, not literally, but just very soon. I'm ironing out that area that I want to get help in, but that's taking some time. You want to take your time. You want to take your time when it comes to that, especially if you're dishing out a lot of money, right? Well, you know what? It doesn't even matter whether it's a little money or a lot of money. Doesn't matter. Right? You can get quality looks different. It doesn't matter what you pay for it. Kind of, sort of. Now, at a time in my life, it's it is number one, is about time. But I finally came to the point where I am closer to knowing what to do in some situations. Now, said 100% that we're going to get this right? Of course not. We're going to have some slips. But guys, it's time that we have less of them and more of them. Okay. I want to share two more points with you regarding this. All right. Regarding speaking up or staying stuck. No matter what you want to do in your life, in your career, in your second act, whatever you have going on, if you want to show up more confidently, if you want to speak with more clarity, if you want to become a better communicator, and by the way, that's all of those are crucial for lots of things, for promotion, for any type of growth regarding where God is sending you. You have to be able to relate to people and communicate effectively with them and the way God would have you to do that. 2 points I want to make. Every breakthrough comes from using your voice efficiently and effectively. So if you want to go to the next level, you have to speak up because you do not want to stay stuck. The next thing is a fear of people pleasing, the fear of people pleasing, or people pleasing is a fear. Self doubt is silencing your purpose, what God has you here for, the big picture vision. You can't be concerned about what them over there say and them over there. That kept me stuck for a long time. Those days are over. One courageous conversation can change your future because you spoke when God said to speak. You said what needed to be said. I wanted to come to you today and remind you who God says you are regarding your voice, the voice of triumph that He put in you to speak up, to speak out. And again, the way he would have you yourself, not me, you, not somebody else that you're looking at, you, to say it and communicate it. And when, all those W's and the how, all right? He wants you to go about doing that. We have to stay in touch with that. It's trial and error because sometimes we think we hear God and we don't. Sometimes we know we heard him and we still don't do what we're supposed to do because we're human like that. Okay. All right, guys. That's it for now. Just remember, I am Women of Movement on YouTube, Sharon Shannon, and Mastering the Mic podcast. Thank you for tuning in to the Mastering the Mic podcast with me, Sharon Shannon. I help Christian women who are holding back and who want to speak up and own their voice, whether in ministry, leadership, business, or everyday life. Go to womenofmovement.org/The Sharon Store to see what we're doing. If today's episode encouraged you, subscribe, leave a review, and share this podcast with another woman who needs to be reminded that her voice matters. Until next time, remember, God did not give you that voice to hide. He gave you that voice to glorify him. So keep showing up, keep speaking with confidence and boldness, and keep mastering the mic.